time for the hour. I'm going to be doing some readings for anyone that would like. This is really what I'm doing on Tuesdays at these days. So, for people whose first time this is doing this with me, uh, yes, just put a question into the comments. Put a question in. Ask something you would like me to read on. I do this because when I was getting into metaphysics in my 20s and so on, and I'd go for readings in London, and uh, I would find that when I could ask certain questions, get it off my mind, I was a bit more available to myself and freer. These things that rattle around my head and bother me and so on, I could just get them out of my head, and that's what I like to do for people. For the next 10 minutes or so, I will answer. General questions people have, or people ask me just pull a card for me and so on. I have to do that for the next 10 minutes. The What I really like to give these sessions for is for the people that have that nagging thing on their mind, the thing bothering them. This is what I make this time available, because not everyone needs a whole hour with me. Not everyone needs a whole hour with anyone, really. But for those little nagging questions, we can get so many. We can get so many looked at in the space of the hour that I'm giving for this now. What else do I want to say? So, for anyone that wants to join me, I'm giving a group for the full moon. There's a particular way I like to work with the full moon, and that is to clear to by connecting us all together, clear a lot of density out of the collective and so on. We can do that on full moon. Full moon's a very powerful energy for that, very loud energy for that. That's going to be on Saturday morning, US time, of course. Saturday morning. Those details are all on my Facebook page. If you guys have found this, then you can find that. Yes, I will come to you all in a minute. Come to you all in a minute. So that's Saturday morning, 9 a.m. my time, Central Time. Those details are on my Facebook page. You know what? There's stuff to talk about, but I don't really feel like it. I'm going to get to questions, I think. All right. Oh gosh. Oh, bear with me, guys. All right. Go to you, Barbara, first. Hiya, Debbie. Thank you. All right. Barbara and Caitlin, I'm going to come to you first. Barbara, you just asked for a general message, which is, and I'll look at these for. I'm sorry, I've had a long day. That's why I'm fumbling with my words. But I'm going to do general questions for the next 10 minutes or so. Okay. All right. Barbara. Okay, so for you, Barbara, it's about, I want to maybe affirm to you or remind you of the dexterity of your thinking. The use of the mind gets under, I don't know, it gets poo-pooed a bit in metaphysics. We're all like, be in the heart, don't go with the mind, be in the heart. And it's, yes, the ideal of application of those two things is the heart first and the mind, because the mind is like the steering wheel in the car. And so you're being short guided. The message for you, Barbara, is to use that mind more, okay? Because the guides are always imparting to us. You're saying things, have you thought about that? Look at this. No, really, look at this. This is what they're saying. It's not all about partnerships and money and so on. No, they're giving us guidance about things all the time. And I'm just trying to put this into a more grounded sense. Like if you're at the grocery store, you're about to buy some turkey or something, and you get a feeling of, no, don't get turkey, get fish. And I know how boring this sounds, but that's what guidance is about. And I'm going for the boring things for you, Barbara, because there is an opportunity for a karmic clearing. And no, I'm not going to be talking about karmic clearing all evening. I'm talking about it now. There's an opportunity for you to do that, but it requires the acuity and the use and willingness and inclination of your mind to do so. Um, uh, with certain people that you can open up, be vulnerable to, certain people you're not to do that with. And so you've asked for a general message, and I think I've already said a bit too much here, but how can I put that in one snapshot for you? And I really want to. Okay, the snapshot I'm going to put this in for you, Barbara, is something I'm not going to say to probably anyone tonight. There's other people tonight. I'm going to say, don't follow the voice of doubt, don't follow the voice of ego, don't follow the second voice, okay? But for you, I am going to say that. I'm going to say, ask when you get a feeling about something, someone, ask again, ask again. I know this is all like tonight about guidance, but I'm actually going to say common sense, common sense. Not for the sake of common sense, but for the sake of the opportunity you've got to do an awful lot of clearing. And there's like about 4 or 5 doors that need to open in sequence for that to happen. All right, enough. Thank you, Barbara. Caitlin, okay. Do you have a much more, Caitlin, a much maybe easeful thing to explain I'm looking at here than what I just said to Barbara? Just the sequence I've got, I'm looking at down here. It's like there's a word I like to use. There's a word I like to use. It's the word graduate, okay? And it speaks to ease for me. Like instead of learning a lesson in a challenging way, we graduate it, right? We graduate it, and we've learned what we need to learn, and we move onwards and upwards, literally. And so you're in a kind of in-between phase between that and life as we know it happens in cycles, does it not? So we graduate something, and then we go around the cycle again in an upward sense. And so you're in between this graduating phase and the next cycle beginning. Anyway. I'm babbling a lot. What I want to say to you is, especially as we've got a full moon coming up, is to get down some let's just get this out. Some intentions, goals, ideas, intentions. Yes, I just said that twice. Make it for the next 6 months, okay? So we're going far out, but we're not going too far out. It's like it's all manageable. Anything you want to do in 6 months is all manageable. It's not too soon. It's not too far away. It may just be out of state, but you've got a bit of traveling to do. Now is the time to do this because if I like to call them the guides have something planned for you. It's very lovely and very supportive of your, let's just call it feminine maturity. But now is the sweet spot in which you can, you can make your requests, your intentions, and so on. I was going to say 6 months. Think about that sort of context. It keeps you accountable, and then that makes things happen. All right. I think I'm going to have to be saying less. I'm going on a bit long. Hi, Becky. I've been thinking about you. Okay. Where are we? Okay. All right. So, I'm going to do one more general reading, okay? One more, because I do them in the first 10 minutes. I'm going to do one more, and the rest I'm asking for specific questions. I ask for specific questions because I can do more for you that way, and I can read for more people. You've seen how long the general messages took because I have to pull more from you, right? So, one more general reading I'm going to do is for Amanda, and then I would like specific questions, right? And whoever's just typed in from the UK, not sure who it is yet because I can't see, but hello, and thank you for staying up this ridiculously late. All right, Amanda. All right. So what I'm getting here, Amanda, is that while life is actually pretty good, okay, in terms of relationship, in terms of your 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 self growth, I'm seeing some. Let me see. Cool. Oh, I could say this so many different ways. It's like I'm seeing some worries around you. Okay, not saying they're true. I'm not saying they're real, but I'm seeing some worries around you. What are worries anyway? You know, what I'm seeing as causing it is, you know how we say growing pains. So it's like, yeah, when we grow, when we accelerate, its opposite gets rattled, shaken up, and comes to the surface. And ironically enough, that's what we see. That's what we interface with. But we think it's real, and it slows us down. So things that might be, if I say upsetting you, I mean making you sad rather than reactive. Concerns you're having about money and so on. Think about it like it's flies around your head, and so I would invite you to connect, whatever that means, connect with your partner. I'd invite you to get outside as well, get some plant energy around you, or trees, whatever you want to do, to shake these etheric flies off you. Okay, the concerns you're having, I honor that I honor that they feel real to you. I do not feel they are real, as it were. And I think that will have to do. All right, and hello, Colleen. Thank you for being there. All right, so. Okay, Karen. Reading regarding getting pregnant. All right. And Stacey, I will come to you next, okay? Karen. Sorry. Not what I was expecting. Okay, so here's the thing. It looks good for you to get pregnant. Your partner, I'm seeing reservation in him. Okay, and just reservation. Nothing wrong with reservation. We have reservations all the time. But I would, if you're asking about getting pregnant, actually yes. Just in terms of that, but just broadening out the goalposts a little bit here. I feel I'm being a bit insensitive, but forgive me. Just looking at a broader picture, rather. I would really invite you to ask him how he feels, and then to just let him talk. Just listen and let him talk, because I feel like he's got something to say, but maybe he doesn't feel like he can say it. But in terms of getting pregnant, yes, it's good. It's good. Stacey, can I tell me how? Sorry, can I tell you about my relationship stay or go? Okay. Forgive the hesitation here, Stacey. It's just my own stuff. Actually, I would, for anyone looking here, I would suggest leaving this relationship. And for you all watching and hearing me say this, this is not stuff I like to say, not stuff I say willingly. It's my own stuff. But I do see you've got the support of Archangel Michael. It's one of my main guides for these readings. I see you've got that support. I see you are supported. If this was me, if I was looking at this for myself, I would leave this relationship. Peggy, hi. Okay. Bob, can I tell you how this weekend will work as I'm helping my son move to Albany? It looks wonderful. It looks wonderful. Exactly what I want to see. Your son looks a little worked up right now, or maybe has been, but I really just see this going wonderfully. It's funny because I'm looking at I'm starting to look at getting back on the road, not massively, but just doing some trips and like I used to, and going to communities and doing some work there and so on. And I love Albany. I absolutely love Albany. The water, how it feels, I really like it. Anyway. Okay, Patty. Okay, can I tell you if a man you've been chatting with, we haven't met yet, it's worth your time and energy. Okay. You ask an interesting question. So let me give you both sides of this. Sorry, if I'm pushed in a corner, I'm going to say yes. Here's the thing. Um, you're asking is he worth your time and energy? I'm going to say yes. Here's the thing. You're going to see there's still another at least two parts of him to see. More than that, but and listen, we're all like this. We're all freaking like this. We all show people what we want them to see, don't we? But there's there's a let's say a more animated side of him I'm seeing. It's still to see. It's the there's a it's it. What am I just struggling to say? What am I resistant to say? There's a I question this person's maturity. That's it. That's it. I question his maturity, and why am I recommending this? Because there's a sweetness. There's a sweetness to it. No one in the world is perfect. None of us are, and so if you can continue, as you say, putting in your time and energy and attention and so on to him, accepting that there's going to be a couple of different let's call them archetypes, expressions to see in him. If you can be accepting and available to that, I think this is worth it. Patty, thank you for being on today. All right, Callie, that's very sweet of you. Thank you. And Sean, hello there. Susan, thank you very much. And Janelle too. Oops, I've lost it. There we go. Peggy, okay. Should you move forward with taking the second level of Reiki from Gillian, or wait for Shelley to offer classes? Okay, both will be online. Okay. Reiki from Sue, wait for Shelley. Okay. I would actually say Gillian out of these two. To do level 2 with Gillian. Yeah. I see the appeal of Shelley, but I just don't think it doesn't go Gillian. All right. All right. Susan, I'm going to bend yet not break a rule here. I just feel I'm supposed to just pass something on to you. Let me explain this. I'm just trying to put the words together here. So there's the message the message they want to pass on to you here, Susan, is about it's different parts of this. First of all, it's about patience. No, it's not about patience. It's about being here, being in the moment. So this is a very general thing that's being passed on to you here. There's two parts to it. What I'm seeing you're doing is you're like leaving the moment, okay? Stepping out. You know how mind dots around, a bit like I do. Your mind dots around, we leave the moment. If we leave the moment, sometimes it's uncomfortable, I get that. And yet, when we leave the moment, we click out of, okay? So we take our receptive point out of what we're being given, okay? And so, let me just try and get this out. the act of being in the moment, believe it or not, is a masculine one. Why is it a masculine one? Surely it's a feminine one, receiving. No, it's a masculine one to take our attention from where it is getting lost to and bring it back to now. It's a masculine, it, 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 because it's disciplined to do that. This is a masculine expression, not male, but masculine, to bring ourselves to the moment. And if there are words to this, they're saying, please come home, please come home, please come home, please come home to the present moment. And the leading energy for this is the Archangel Raphael, who, right, I understand now. It's not actually about receiving from them, it's about you giving to them, right? It's where does it come from? I'm feeling it on you around here. Okay, so that's a bit lower than solar plexus, okay, round about here. And they want to take from you. They want to take burdens, they want to take frustrations, they want to take stress, they want to take worries from you. And that only happens when we are here, okay? A bit long-winded, I apologize, but that's what I've got. There, okay. Diane. Oh, Diane, you're up so late. All right, now this really is the last general reading I'm going to do. Dear me, talk about discipline. But since you're up so late, I appreciate it. All right, Diane. All right, so I'm being shown a bit of challenge, a challenge around you, and ever so slightly similar to Susan, just in this respect. I'm seeing your attention like, like a dial on one of those meters that's just pinging around like this. And so also for you, it's not the same message, but this is similar. Also for you, they're just saying, stop, sit, calm down, connect. Especially if you're up so late. It's Diane's in the UK. It's I don't know what time it is actually. It must be about 1 a.m. So those hours of the morning, the collective is quiet, really quiet. I like to get up at 4 because it's just easier to think. And so what is happening, Diane, is some of your constructs, is that right to say, constructs and patterns, not all of them, some of them, are just being broken down at the moment. And when that happens, and it happens to all of us from time to time, what we think is true versus what we see is true. We can have that with the world, we can have that with people. When that's happening, it's a little bit confusing. It's a little bit confusing. And so the exercise for you is to, at the same time, let go of and let in, right? So we're letting go of old, we're letting go of old, we're letting in new, and it's seamless. And so the invitation for you is, yes, to connect and receive, but also to let that happen. And that now is the last general reading I'm going to do. All right. Jessica, you had a bad fall. I'm sorry. Cross-country skiing on Saturday. Doctor thinks you have a broken toe. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is it broken or just bruised? Do you have a oh my God, do you have a concussion or just a headache? Oh dear. Okay, is it broken or just bruised? I think it's broken, Jessica. I'm sorry. And what else did you ask? Do you have concussion or just a headache? Wow, you really banged yourself up, didn't you? From what I'm getting here, it's just a headache. Just a headache. But yeah, get that tailbone looked at as soon as possible. All right. Some of you probably asked, typed in earlier about. I appreciate the questions about being open to receive. I'm taking specific questions now. Okay. There is time. We've got a good 30 minutes left, so there is time. Okay, Megan. Any particular activities you should be focusing more on this next month? So, I wanted to throw a few cards down here, Megan, because you're asking about a month, and that's a good amount of time to be focusing on things. Let me just start with the main thing for you they can focus on is family. It's not the only thing. You're also requiring the frequency, the energy, whatever, of friends and that kind of connection, that kind of yet connected yet detached connection, to laugh, to share, and so on. I'm seeing you requiring that. I'm seeing you're needing some spiritual connection too, and that you've been getting that message for a while, but maybe unsure how what direction to take with it. It looks to me like you're having a bit of attrition, as it were, with your spiritual needs are having a bit of an attrition with your religious background, right? So do what you need to do with that. That's not for me to push on. I also see, Megan, that you've got some processing to do. Please hear what I'm saying, why I'm saying it. I'm going to put this under the umbrella of shadow work, which I'm a huge fan of. Okay, not shadow for the sake of it, but shadow for the sake of it releasing more light. Okay, opening up more light in us. Because you know why I'm saying this is, one, I'm seeing some things coming up for you, not outside but inside, coming to the surface for you. I'm not actually going to say what it is, but it's just it's coming up. And rather be on top of that, so other people don't trigger you, okay? And also because it's affecting how you see yourself in terms of your capabilities, right? So rather than, oh, what's the thing? What do I do? Just get on and do some shadow work. Google it, look it up. There's a trillion ways to do it, but it's just it's just giving some of the debris that's in our system, that's in here right now. I got some. Trust me, I do. Giving it a focused chance opportunity to be released from you. That's what shadow work is. Shadow work for the sake of opening up more light in us. Because the shadow goes, the shadow diminishes, the light increases. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Catherine. Sorry, just opening this up. Okay. Been really irritable and aggravated with my boyfriend lately and pushing him away. Are we going to be okay? Someone I'm thinking of living with and marrying in the future. I don't know what to do. Okay. I don't see this improving, Catherine. You know, when I read for couples, I'm reading for both people. I'm reading for both people. Whoever, never mind which person asks me, I'm reading for both people. And so what I'm seeing here, Catherine, is you are growing into yourself in a new way, which means that he is too. And so it's not about one person being the victim or blaming the relationship or something like that. Because I do see people, two people pulling in opposite directions. I do see overwhelm. I always take a look at what opportunity is there? Is there a way around this and so on? And if there is a way around it, it would look like you both. Oh, you know, I just said to Megan about shadow work, but it would look for you. It would be for you two. It would be shadow work for the sake of becoming more just open and making more space there. Because I see two people that are full, and I often ask myself, well, what if those two people were not full? What if they were unloading themselves in other ways rather than at each other? Maybe that would be easier. But you need inclination to do that. And sometimes a couple gets to the point where there isn't the inclination anymore and you can't really do anything at that point. But what I'm trying to say is if you're growing into yourself, so is he. And so life goes on after a relationship. But if it were me, I'd sit down, and if I were in your shoes, I'd sit down and have a long conversation with him. All right? I hope you understand what I'm saying there. Donna Marie, I've just seen your question there. I'm not doing general readings anymore tonight. There should be time if you have a specific question, because that's what I'm doing from this point onwards. Same for you, Becky. Hannah, if you're still awake and on here, I'm not doing general readings anymore for tonight. Drop me in a specific question if you would like, okay? Okay, Jerry, you have someone close to you thinking about moving out of town. Will she? Okay. do think she's moving out of town. Yes, yes, I do. I feel like the decision's already been made. Sean, do you need to do Akashic Records? And yes, Becky, I've just seen your question. I'll come to you next. Do you need to do Akashic Records? So let me just think out loud for a moment. Sean, if your question, I'm not sure if you mean practicing. I don't know if you mean practicing or going to have an Akashic reading. So I'm gonna read on your question and just see if I get a yes or a no on that and answer and give you that, right? Because it is about the question we ask. Interesting. Okay, so life is funny because we learn through our experiences, don't we? So if you don't need to, okay, you don't need to, and yet I think you need the experience of that. Because in life sometimes advice, guidance, even this it's not enough. It's not enough. We need to have the experience of it. I don't think you need to, but I do think you need the experience of that to prove that to you. Okay? Okay. Becky, I love reading. Are you ready, or at least almost? Okay. I'm going to use your words, Becky, and say you almost are. Almost for what? You're almost ready for a particularly solid relationship. Could you get into a relationship very soon? Yeah, absolutely. But there's something that you are. If I was about to say yearning for, but that's nonsense language. If the yearning experience I'm talking about here is when we know something's coming, and it's like we're getting magnetized to it. It's not here, but we know it's coming, and that can create in our minds, in our mental body, a wanting for something, and it's really weird because it's not here, but we're feeling it coming, and it's a lovely thing. And so, no, I don't think you should just get into a relationship, but you are almost ready for something broader than you think, actually. So, can I give you some just more human advice right now, rather than guidance? I want to give you some human advice, if I may, which is maybe when you get into bed and things are quiet and you've let the day go, as it were, to actually think about what it's like to have, what it will be like to have someone in your life. It means your day runs a different way. uh, you're in, you're including someone in your choices and your actions. Gets a little bit further. You're picking the side of the bed. Um, there's different things in the fridge. That sort of thing. To actually let your mind connect with a new reality that's coming, and that's what I mean by almost ready. Oh, I have a request to everyone. Um, would you be willing, please, to, if you're willing, to go onto my YouTube channel and just watch a few videos? Um, I just need to get the viewing time up a bit because I'm close to having some new features on there unlocked. I just need to get a few more viewing hours up. If you'd be willing to, that would really support me. I meant to say that earlier. All right. Okay, Elizabeth, how can you help yourself officially move on from your ex? I'm gonna I'm gonna suggest no, I'm not gonna suggest. I'm gonna pass on like two or three things that you can do here, Elizabeth. Um, One is if I'm gonna if I've said the word family already tonight. In I think it was Megan asked about something. If I'm talking about family for you, Elizabeth, I'm really talking about your soul family, okay, which includes some birth family and it includes some friends, doesn't it? And you know who those are. You know who those are. And so to connect with those people because they help remind you of who you are. You know, there's this expression with soul family. People are here for a reason or a season or a lifetime, and we're looking at your. I'm sending you in the direction of the lifetime people, okay? Because they'll be with us whatever we do, however sensible or not sensible, and you need reminding of who you are, and that connecting with that flow moves you on, and it, it's there's a greater thing to this as well because it's not just about relationship. It's it's not just about a relationship that you're maybe still hooked into. It's a previous identity of yourself that you're hooked into, and this is going to help you unhook. Yeah, I like that. Unhook from that. You do, yes, need a bit more time by yourself. I feel funny saying this, and I don't know who you would go to, but I feel very funny saying this. It would be, it would, if for the sake of you moving on, it would help if you had sex with someone. There, I said it. I don't know how you can do that, but I'm just, just the messenger, man. All right. Brooke, I don't understand the question. Hello, Brandy. Okay, Brandy, right. Is my appointment tomorrow going to be what I need? Still having health issues, and I'm seeing a new doctor tomorrow. Yeah. Yes, I do think it's going to be exactly what you need, Brandy. Yeah. Yeah. Let me clear up some of this confusion as well. Oh, I need to reshuffle. Kate, I don't know when you asked your question, but I'm doing specific readings from this point on. I think I'll have time if you now. When can Barbara Benton. When can I look forward to a healthy, long-lasting love relationship? I'm attracting low-level energy right now. I'm learning my worth and value. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. I'm seeing it, Barbara. I'm seeing it next year. I'm seeing it next year. I don't know that there's more I have to say about it right now. I'm just gonna refer to something you've just said here, which is you're saying you've been attracting low level energy. And so in that, I'm hearing you owning some. Okay, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. All it is something coming up, and maybe we haven't quite got our hands on it yet, and so it's joining our creative impulse. Right, that's all it is. And so look, easy to say this, but why don't you make your relationship for the next few months about looking with that, connecting with that, and loving it? All right, loving it, knowing that, and I'm confident of this, knowing that what you want is coming next year. I was grumbling to Spirit frequently. I was grumbling to Spirit the other day, and saying something like, "Why is this taking so long?" or "Why do I have to go through this?" and all that. And they said, "You don't know what's coming." As in, we know what's coming. You don't know what's coming. But if you knew what was coming, you wouldn't be grumbling. That's what they're saying to me. So I would pass that on to you as well. All right, Hannah. Okay, Hannah in the UK, who should really be in bed by now, but Hannah, the message to you is about owning your power. Such an easy thing to say. It's such a meme-worthy. Own your power, blah blah blah. So what does that look like? What does it look like? Well, think about where you're giving it away. And you're giving it away. You're giving energy away when you are having to defend yourself. All right, having to defend yourself. You're giving energy away when you're reactive. Both these things are very understandable. When are you really you? When are you really you? You're really you when you're sharing of yourself, giving from the overflow, as they say, and in that is your real mastery. We've all got our own particular expression of that. We've all got our particular expression of mastery. But look at when and start tomorrow because you should really be in bed. Look from tomorrow. Look at things that make you feel good. So obvious, isn't it? But it should be obvious. It should be simple. You're going through a paradigm shift. Like the rest of us that go through paradigm shift, we like a pendulum between what we think we should do and what we actually do and want to do. What we think we should do, what we actually do and want to do. And one's familiar, one's not familiar but feels good. One is familiar but we don't like it. One's not familiar, we like it but we are a little resistant to it. And so look at where you're giving your energy, looking at where you're giving away, draining your energy. Look at who's drawing from you. Look at where you feel like you and lean into that. Do more of that, do less of the other, okay? There. What am I doing? Time, all right. Okay, that's due Diane. That's due Becky. All right, Cynthia. How is your current situation going to turn out? Lovely. You've not given me specifics there. But I'm seeing you more comfortable in your own body, and I'm seeing you more confident and vocal. Okay. There's lovely times, even when we're in a new situation, when we're unafraid, not unabashed and unapologetic, but unafraid to share certain things about ourselves, because in a sense, what does it matter? What does it matter what someone thinks of us if we're just sharing truthfully, rather than to instead of being provocative, if we're being truthful, being honest, being caring, in that sense, what does it matter what someone thinks of us? So I'm just seeing you. I'm seeing you more balanced. I'm seeing you more like yourself. I'm seeing you more vocal. All right. So if you're asking how your current situation turns out, I'm like, it's good. It's good. It's good. All right. So I am at time now. I have space for sessions from Friday. I'm not free until then, but I'm free from Friday. So if you want to book with me for a longer session, just message me. Or I'll go through the comments later, you just ask there. I will be doing a giveaway next week for a soul song. You might have seen my video from this morning. I'm going to give away one of those for someone next week, and I'll be doing a discount on those as well. If you would like to join me on Saturday morning on Zoom, the details are in my events section there. I'm going to be doing a full moon event, which I won't get into now. And I think that will do for now. So why don't we take a breath together, everyone? And take a breath together. All of us take a breath. We take a breath and we support so many other people through just that one little breath. You want to just let someone you care about into your mind, and into your heart, into your thoughts. Anyone, anything, and they get supported too. I'm going to say a prayer for all those people you care about, all the things that you care about, all the things you're worrying about. We're saying a prayer for that. I appreciate you joining me for this hour. Be here again next week if anyone would like to. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Be well, and I'll see you soon.